Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Ali, how are you?
Good. I just wanted to say that you have become more desperate since David Wood was roasted by Mohammed Hijab. All you missionaries have become more desperate.
My friend, did you hear the one who called me just 15 minutes ago? He said because of that debate, this guy, he saw my videos and he left Islam. And he is now he's working with his family to leave Islam. So I don't know who is desperate here.
How do you know he's not a Christian troll?
Okay, let me ask you. Muhammad Hijab. Okay. I will make you leave Islam. I will make you leave Islam because of Muhammad Hijab. Let us see. Can you stand? Can you please wait with me? Muhammad Hijab, he said, not a single Jew worship another God beside one God for 4,000 years. Do you agree with him?
He said what?
He said for 4,000 years. You can watch the debate again as long as you watch it already, so you cannot say I did not see it. He said for 4,000 years, not a single Jew worship a God beside the only God he is instructed to worship. Do you agree with him?
He never said that.
He said that. He said
because
that.
They worship
I said no. He said that. No, he said that. Stop being liar. He said that.
Show me.
Show me. Silence me. That? Okay. So if I show you, you will accept. If I show you, you apologize and you say you were lying because you
lying about what? Lying
about he did not say that. Why you are saying to me he did not say that?
You could make a mistake, but you have to show me.
So now it's a mistake.
But did I say Mohammed Hijab is infallible?
No, but you said to me people are leaving Islam because of him, because he just proved that the Quran is corrupt, my friend. When 4,000 years, hold on. 4,000 years, nobody worship any God beside the true God, which they instructed to worship the Jews. And then the Quran says that there's a guy, his name is Uzair. He was worshipped as the son of Allah. So Muhammad Hijab, he proved to us that Allah is a false God and the Quran is a lie. Here we go, chapter 9, verse number 30.
I'm not sure where Hijab said that.
Oh, you want me to play for you the video now?
You can tell me what the video is and I'll look at it.
Okay. Let us see. We need to
and then you can explain after you've shown me the video. Do you agree with David Wood that the Bible's corrupt? David Wood said the Bible's
I never heard him saying that, but if he said that,
he said the ending of Mark is
I'm not responsible for anyone he speak for himself. You see, you are the one who said to me before, because of David Wood and the hijab. For me, David Wood don't present me. I know debate me, and win a debate with me. And I don't present anyone too. I mean myself. I present myself. So if Muhammad Hijab is saying something, hold on.
Are you Orthodox?
I am what?
Are you an Orthodox Christian?
I am. No, I'm born again Christian. I believe in Jesus. I don't believe. I don't believe in a church name. I believe in Jesus.
Oh, so you don't believe in
hold on. Let me show you where Muhammad Hijab is. I'm trying to look for the video.
Chapter 6 verse 5, there are 4 spirits. So there,
I'm trying to find
the biblical text in that's he's been referred to as Emmanuel, etc.
Mean God is with us. And we will answer about.
And for example, he says that Jesus, this is called the etymology fallacy. That's he's been referred to as Emmanuel, etc. God is with us. Elijah is also the word Elijah in the Hebrew language means God is with us.
That's a stupid one. Let us go and see what else he said about. I'm trying to find it for you. You see, you're okay. Hold on. I'm trying to find it.
In a second, you will see.
I'm trying to find
Don't
it.
accept all the Bibles, you liar. Don't. They found a manuscript.
Let us see.
Nobody.
You accept all the Bibles.
Yeah, don't change the topic. I'm trying to find you because you said he did not say that. He said that, and everybody knows.
Anyway,
and that's why the translators put 4.
Okay, hold on. He said that Allah he pray for, not 2. Do you agree with this one? And we will go then to 4,000 years.
They are clapping for him. They don't know what he's going to say next.
You're changing the subject.
I knew it.
And
that's why the translators put 4, not to the Prophet.
Do you agree that Allah he pray for, not to?
Show me what you claimed. You made a claim. Support your claim. Stop changing the subject, princess.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Allah he pray for, not to. I'm looking for in the video. I'm scrolling the video. I'm looking for. I don't know what moment he said that.
Don't play anything
Hold on.
else.
This was going to happen.
I knew. Okay. The translator did be between them. Word Allah he pray for of mistakes. Okay, I'm trying to search. The video is long. Anyone remember what moment? Just wait, just wait. Everybody knows that this is what he said. I mean, this is stupid of you. This is stupid of you to say he did not say that. I mean, people will laugh at you. Shame on you to say he did not say that. Hold on. Let me open the whole thing. Hold on. Yeah.
Remember what you claimed. You said he said that.
Okay. So if I prove it, you would agree that he's a donkey. Be a man and say yes.
Oh, he can make a mistake.
He make a mistake.
I also want to give credit to.
Hold on.
Later, it assumes that he.
I'm searching the video all over.
Jeremiah News.
There are lots of bad. These are your words. There are lots of bad and time.
Hold on.
Going to be the Bible, right? He made a short list in mid 4th century, the 27 books of the Old Testament.
Things.
He says he believes in progressive revelation in the New Testament. Wallahi, that's very good. You know why? Because I agree with him on this point. I want to end with this. I agree with him. I believe he's right. Yes, the Bible does talk about a progressive revelation, which is why it talks about the upcoming prophet.
Let's see. Anyone remember which minute he speak about that? If somebody can search for it, what he said, for 4,000 years, no single Jew worship any other God. He's instructed to worship only one God.
Did he say they were instructed to, or they didn't?
Chapter 6, 108. Do not.
Hold on.
Did he say they were instructed not to, or they did not?
He did not. He said for 4,000 years. For 4,000 years. Guys, somebody find it for me and we'll play it when. Just tell me which minute it is. He said that. If somebody can search the video, find me which minute he said that, and everybody will laugh. For 4,000 years, not a single Jew. The Jews, they were instructed for 4,000 years.
Yeah, that's true. They were instructed not to.
Okay, that's mean the Quran is a lie, because he is talking about 4,000 years. This is since the time of Moses. So since the time of Moses, not a single Jew. He was answering about the Trinity, my friend. He said the Jews, how come we cannot find the Trinity in the Old Testament? He said, and for 4,000 years.
But Princess, no. You're changing your premise.
No, I am not changing.
You're changing
for 4,000 years. Okay, somebody, hold on. Somebody's saying to me, minute 28 and 15. Hold on. Yeah. Minute 28, 15. That is so.
But you changed your premise.
Hold on. Guys, how can it be a minute at 28? Because the debate. Okay, so now that cannot be correct answer. The minute 28, the debate did not start. The video recording start like an hour and 9 minutes, and yet, so maybe 28 minutes after that. So let us see, an hour 28 minutes. Okay, hold on.
Look, there are 9,000 pronouns in the Bible which relate to God's name. Let's take, for example, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1.
Guys, is that after or before? It can't be 28:30. It cannot. 1 hour 25. Okay, because how it can be in 28:40 is if the debate started to an hour and something after. Okay, hold on. You guys are giving me the wrong number. Okay, hold on. I will make you hear it. Everybody will laugh in a second. Hold on. Okay.
One message which can also be seen in the link below. You can see more information about that. Now, to cut straight into it, the question now is this. The question is, when we look at the Old Testament, do we find this idea of the Nicene Trinity? Because the Nicene Trinity is very specific. After the Constantinople Creed in 381, the idea that the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are three co-equal, co-eternal, independent beings. Remember those words. Co-equal, co-eternal, independent persons of the one being of God. This is the Nicene understanding of the Trinity. Now, having said that, guys, when you look at the Old Testament, Do we see this? Because when we look at the Old Testament, we find the Shema, chapter 6, verse 4. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, my Lord, our Lord is one Lord. Here, when you look at the first commandment, chapter 20, verse 3 of Exodus, you find there's no God beside me. I'm your Lord and there's no God beside me. You find in Isaiah chapter 43 verse 11, once again the discussion of I am your God and besides me there is no Savior. Now someone might argue, but the word Elohim, and this is the weakness of the argument, it's a weak linguistic argument. The word Elohim is a majestic plural, they would argue. Look, there are 9,000 pronouns in the Bible which relate to God's name. Let's take, for example, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1.
Guys, you gave me the wrong number, the wrong timing. Are we going to play 5 minutes, a minute? Look like we have to scroll down a little bit.
Bara means he created. It in third person male singular. One more time. Third person male singular. You don't find a plural version of that. You don't find a pronoun which is pluralized.
It cannot be 125, my friend, because 127 already in one. This is a moment 127. He's got give me wrong numbers. How it can be 125? Maybe 128. Let's see. And now you will see that this guy, when he hear it, he will say, he made a mistake.
Break the commandments.
Hold on, here we go.
Remember your pain.
Hold on.
Bereshit, bara, Elohim. Whenever you find a pronoun in the Old Testament referring to Elohim, you will always find it in third person male singular. One more time. Third person male singular. You don't find a plural version of that. You don't find a pronoun which is pluralized. So now the question will be is this. A Jew who is acquainted with the Torah, with the Old Testament, why would one ask him to realign his belief, his theological doctrines, into believing in a triune God, when in fact he's been instructed quite explicitly, in fact, in the Old Testament, not to break the commandments? You see, it gets a little bit more interesting even when you look at the New Testament. Now we know the New Testament has different authors. There's 27 books of the New Testament. You've got.
Did you hear, guys? He just said that the Jews instructed why he would do that. Why he would do that? So he is confirming that the Jews did not do that, and then he would confirm the 4,000 years. Hold on, hold on.
Who's written from 7 to 13 books, and there's dispute as to exactly how much is written.
Hold on.
John written many books. Who is John? We don't know who John is.
Okay, hold on. Let me go.
The Jews never worshipped anyone else in those 4,000 years.
Yes,
Which is an appeal to hypocrisy.
Where did they say
Hold
that?
on.
Another one is a straw man, and a third one is the red herring. These three fallacies are employed by him quite often, and he talks about Islam extensively, as you guys may know, in a negative way. Salam Initiative has put up a database of all of the major misconceptions against Islam being answered, and this can be seen in the link below. I also want to give credit to one team member.
Okay, hold on. Look like this is not taking me anywhere. Hold on.
So now the question will be is this. A Jew who is acquainted with the Torah, with the Old Testament,
Here we go.
why would one ask him to realign his belief, his theological doctrines, into believing in a triune God, when in fact he's been instructed quite explicitly, in fact, in the Old Testament, not to break the commandments?
Actually, this is a very good question from Mr. No, I hear myself twice.
Why a Jew who've been
Playing inside Skype maybe.
not to break the commandment to worship one God.
Hello?
He will do that.
Hold on.
You see,
I'm trying to find where is the 4,000 years statement.
Quite explicitly, in fact, in the Old Testament, not to break the commandments. Why is it that in the Old Testament you do not find the Trinity mentioned or inferred?
Hold
And
on.
if it was inferred, why haven't the rabbis, the Jewish scholars, for 4,000 years of Hebrew history inferred it?
Here we
thank you
go.
very much.
Here we go. Did you hear it? For 4,000 years. 4,000 years. Did you hear it, Ali? Did you hear him saying for 4,000 years?
No,
Okay, let me play it again for you.
play it again.
All right.
Testament, you do not find the Trinity mentioned or inferred. And if it was inferred, why haven't the rabbis, the Jewish scholars, for 4,000 years of Hebrew history inferred it?
Did you see
very
it?
much.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Is
But
lost
did you say this is
in
true?
Islam.
Did you say this is true?
Muhammad Hijab is saying,
Yeah.
obviously,
Okay.
it's a lie.
Guys, did he
He
say?
said-
Okay, hold on.
He's-
You just say this is true. That means the Quran is false. You are getting the Quran
What-
busted because the Quran
what are
in
you
chapter
talking- what are
9.
you-
No,
what
he
are you
said it
talking
clearly.
about?
He said no, not a single rabbi for 4,000 years. We can find this.
4,000 years what? He said no rabbi in 4,000 years.
They worship
inferred
only
the
one
Trin-
God. He said, read,
No, he never said
no,
that. He said
listen, no,
inferred the
he said
Trinity.
that they're instructed to worship only one God, only one God. Instructed
But
to
he didn't-
worship only one God. Let us play
Yeah.
again. Hold on. Let us everybody laugh.
Instructed where in the Old Testament?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's trying to prove why we cannot find the Trinity in the Old Testament. They are instructed to worship one God. And for
Yeah.
4,000 years, not a single rabbi he did taught anyone to worship another God except one God.
No. He never said that. and you're
Listen,
lying
listen
and you know
carefully.
it. He said they never.
Listen
inferred the
carefully.
Trinity.
Shut up,
He
donkey.
said they-
Here we go. Read carefully. Listen carefully.
So now the question would be is this: a Jew who is acquainted with the Torah, with the Old Testament, why would one ask him to realign his belief, his theological doctrines, into believing in a triune God, when in fact he's been instructed quite explicitly, in fact, in the Old Testament, not to break the commandments?
Actually, this is a very
And what is the commandment? He was quoting for us to worship God alone. This is what he was saying in the debate. He was instructed, he quote for us from the Old Testament, O Israel, your God is one God. He was instructed to worship God alone for 4,000 years. Hijab proved to us that the Bible is the truth and the Quran is a lie. He was quoting for us. You can watch the debate again. For 4,000 years, not a single rabbi, 4,000 years, he broke what he's instructed to do. What? To worship, O Israel, your God is one God. Hypocrite liars. Now let me call you back. So did you hear it?
Hello?
Did you hear it?
Yeah, he said in
Okay.
4,000 years they never inferred the Trinity.
No, he said that he was quoting for us that you worship one God only. Stop lying. He said the Jews, and he quote for us from the Old Testament that the
But you're
Jews
lying.
always worship one
Yeah, they were
God.
instructed to.
Yeah. So and he said and he
instructed to.
confirmed that for 4,000 years, not a single Jew, not a single rabbi, 4,000 years, he did not what? He did not break the commandment of
You
God,
get a lie
which
because you're
is
clearly
so
lying.
you
You're clearly lying.
you are helping us, you and Hijab, to make people leave
No,
Islam
you're
because he
lying,
proved to
you're
us that the Quran is a
He
lie.
said they never inferred the Trinity.
No,
That
he
they
was
never
no,
inferred the
we can
Trinity
watch
for 4,000 years.
people they can watch the
Lying.
debate. He was quoting
Listen,
for
you're
us.
lying.
He
You know
was
you're
quoting
lying.
for us.
You're being
Liar.
lost.
Let me
Like
shut you
people.
up. Here we go. We'll play it again. We'll play it again and again. Let everybody laugh. You Muslims are a bunch of liars. He was quoting from the Old Testament that they worship only one God.
Christian people is to come to common terms that we worship none but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
You're right.
Of all of the Gospels, most ancient Gospels. What did Jesus say? Did he say,
Let's see, hold on.
why would one ask him to realign his belief, his theological doctrines, into believing in a triune God, when in fact he's been instructed quite explicitly, in fact, in the Old Testament, not to break the commandments?
What is the commandment he's talking about? Go previously, and he says he was quoting for you from the Old Testament to worship one God, not to break the commandment. You see how hypocrite liars they are? So he was debating based on what? Trying to prove to the Christian that the Jews did not break the commandment of God, which is you worship your God alone. And this liar, he is saying to us, he did not say that.
Is defined by the Athanasius Creed in 500 AD, Athanasian Creed, as one divine God's but one God. It goes.
See?
The Father is Almighty.
Hold on.
The Bible which relates to God's name. Let's take, for example, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. Bereshit, Bereshit, Bara, Elohim. The word Bara means he created. Whenever you find
anyways, so he's trying in the whole quotation from the Old Testament that the whole Bible in the Old Testament is speaking about one God. But the donkey, he forgot, because he don't know what he's talking about, that the word echad does not mean oneness as one person. It is a unity. This is what Muhammad he used in his stupid Quran when he says, say that Allah is ahad. Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Allahu samad. Ahad is coming from echad. Echad in the Hebrew is not one as a person. It is a unity. That's why the Bible says, let us find the verse, that the man and the wives, when they get married, they became echad. It is not one person. It is a unity. In the Old Testament, it says when a man and a woman, they get married, they became echad. This is what echad mean. And Muhammad, he took it, he put it in his book because he is an idiot copy paste thief. Echad is a unifying name. Here we go. Stupid idiot, he was trying to quote for us from the Old Testament what to prove that the Christianity is right. And by saying for 4,000 years, not a single rabbi broke the command of his God, which is instructed, what? To worship one God. Genesis 2:24, the two shall become one, echad. Flesh, it is you see, it's the same word as we see. This is what happened when a potato tried to teach you. And then he said to us, Elijah, mean God is with us. He don't speak Hebrew. He got his prophet busted. He said that Allah he pray for, he don't pray to. And yet you are saying to me, and we just heard the guy from India who said he left Islam because of Muhammad Hijab, because that debate led him to my videos, and my videos made him leave Islam. So I want to say thank you, Muhammad Hijab, for getting Muhammad busted for 4,000 years. And look here, Muhammad, he copied the same word. He says, Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Say he is, Allah is echad. And even the ignorant Muslim today, they use the word tawheed when they speak about Allah. Tawheed in Arabic does not mean one, it's mean unity. Go ask anyone who speak Arabic. Tawheed does not mean one, it means unity, unifying. And because Muhammad he stole this word from the Hebrew, the word here in Arabic appear wrongly.
because you cannot say قل هو الله أحد and you stop. أحد in Arabic, it's mean one off. If we take the same word, I will copy the same word in front of your eyes and I will search for it in the Quran, copy paste. You will see all the translation for the same word in the Quran come only as one off, not one. It cannot be one. Here we go. Let me show you. وَمَا يُعَلِّمَانِ مِنْ أَحَدٍ. You see the word أحد? They teach anyone but anyone. He have to be one off. One by one. They did not teach anyone. He have to be one of many. You see? Teach it to anyone. The word here ahad is translated to anyone. Different verse. Next one. Chapter 2 verse number 136. The same. Here it says that those are all the prophets and we don't differentiate between any of them. So ahad here mean between any of them. This is what ahad mean. Any of them. Ahad does not mean one person. This is stupid. Muhammad the thief, he copied from the Old Testament, he put it in the Quran, and now he got himself in trouble. Let us continue. The word ahad in the Quran. This is all about word ahad. Chapter 2 verse number 285. The same word. Read and laugh. Here, ما نفرق من أحد. Each one believe in Allah and his angels and etc. And it says we make no distinctions between any of. This is what ahad mean. Any of, which mean any one of. He have to be one of many. He cannot be one. This is what ahad mean. Let us change the verse. Let us continue. Get Muhammad and his followers busted. Chapter 3 verse number 73. Read carefully and laugh. Here we go. Here it says again ahad in yu'ta ahadun mithlu ma utitum. You see the word ahad? It's in the screen. Let us see what the translation will be. That anyone is given. You see the anyone? This is what ahad mean. You have to be one of many. Any one. If there's only one, you don't say anyone. Let us continue. Actually, here it should be any off. What the same meaning, but with any off or one off. One off. Here, chapter 3, verse number 84. The same. لا نفرق بين أحد. Okay? And there with distinction between any of. Do you see it? This is ahad. Any of. Any of them. This is what ahad mean. Here we don't debate. Here we spank the liars. Chapter 3 verse 153. Again, one off. Read with me carefully. ولا تلوون على أحد. Read carefully here. Anyone. You see it? Which mean any of your people. Do you see it? This is ahad. We go to different verse. The whole Quran, always the word ahad appear, always the Muslim translated as one of. One of. All. Look how many time. Look how many time. It's in these verses. All those. Only in that chapter they claim that this is Allah is one. How come? Read with me. Chapter 90 verse. Look, all of those are ahad. Read it. Chapter 35 verse 40, chapter 69 verse number 47, chapter 72 verse number 22, chapter 89 verse number 25. You can just click at any of them and see the translation. It's a scam. Here the word ahad they translate it as none, which means no one. He cannot be one. He have to be one of many. ولا يوثق واثقة أحد. That's it. This is not about one person. It's about one of many. Chapter 19 verse number 5, chapter 19 verse number 7, chapter here only in this verse the Muslims they translate the same sentence. Look, just to show you here. You see the same, guys? This is the same chapter 112 verse number 1 and verse number 4. and you will see it's the same word. Do you see it? Do you see it? The first one, the Muslims, they translate it wrongly, but it's the same word. Guys, is the screen clear? The same chapter, just to show you the deception of translation. I'm going to click on them. Chapter 12, verse number 4, and chapter 12, verse number 1. Both words are exactly the same words. Be my witness. And if we go now in the translation, surprise, surprise, look what will happen. Click. Here they say Allah is the one. Right? In the other one, the verse number 4, they said, but none is comparable into him. None. How the word one became none? It's the same sentence, it's the same word, it's the same chapter. Here is one, ahad, and here is ahad. The same writing, the same spelling, the same pronunciation, the same exactly. One is translated as one, and the other one is translated as none, which means anyone. Do you see how we prove it? If we change the translator, what will happen? Let us do it. Big Tal. We go to any translation you want. Which one you want? Ahmad Ali. Read and love. No one. Do you see it, guys? Suddenly, the word one became no one. No one. So how he says one, how here became one, and here its case became no one. It's the same exactly. It is one of. The word ahad never in Arabic is one. It have to be always one of. Always. Look here, the translation. The word one became any. Any. The same word here translated as one. You see the hypocrisy? And this is in the same chapter. The word appeared twice. قل هو الله أحد لم يكن له كفء أحد. The same. قل هو الله أحد لم يكن له كفء أحد. Here translated as any. So how one became any if there's only one? Now the coward, he was saying to me, you know, where is this guy? Let us call him back so we can laugh. He said to me that Hijab did not say that. So Hijab in this debate, he made a lot of stupid things, which is wonderful for us. He said Allah he pray for, Allah don't pray to. He said for 4,000 years the Jews were instructed to worship only one God. And actually he said many things, like I don't remember what he said, which is very funny and very stupid too. But what I need more than a man, he proved to me that the Bible never corrupt. For 4,000 years the Jews, they were instructed to worship one God only. O Israel, say your God is Ahad. And he was the one who was trying to prove that to us, and we agree. The Jews worship only one God, because the Trinity is about one God, it's not about three gods. And the word Ihad mean unifying. Unity is not about one person. This is why the Bible in Genesis it says that the man and the wife, they get married and they became Echad. The same exact word, and this is coming from the Hebrew. The word Ahad in front of us is not an Arabic word. And just to prove, as long we are talking about Echad, Muhammad, because he's an ignorant, he could not understand what the Jews are doing. He's a thief. In chapter 59, verse number 2, it says, and they demolish their houses with their own hands. Anyone understand what does that mean? Here you will see that the God of Islam need to go to school, so he can be maybe a 5-6 years old boy who learned from the rabbi what this is mean. When the Jews, they move from place to place, if the house will not be occupied by a Jew, they will take a rock which is covering the front door. Let me make it simple for you. I will have to use a drawing again. When a Jew, he built a house, and this is his door for the house. Okay, this is a house, let us assume. All right, the Jew, either he put a sign here made from rocks in the top of the house. It says that verse from the Bible where it says, "O you Israel, your God is Echad." Sometimes they place it in the right side of the house here. So when they move, they take that rock with them. They don't leave it for the pagans, so they will insult it. So the Quran do not know why they are doing that. The Muslims, they came, the Jewish, they run away, and they found that they destroyed the doors of their houses. Why? Because they are taking the verse where it says, "O you Israel, your God is Echad." So for 4,000 years, not a single Jew worship anyone beside Elohim, Yahweh, Jehovah. 4,000 years. And this is what your idiot Mimi Hijab, he said, proving to us that the Quran is a lie, because the Quran confirmed that the Jews, they worship a person, his name is Uzair. And not only they worship a person, his name is Uzair, they worship even their rabbis. Before you call me, you have to introduce yourself to be sure that you are not a kid. Any Abdul? In the beginning, he said to me, he did not say that. Where he mentioned the 4,000 years, the guy he watched the debate supposedly, and he claimed that he saw it. And look what Muhammad here he said, which proven Muhammad to be a false prophet again. Where we can find in the Old Testament, as long Hijab is defending the Old Testament, it's very weird. Where we can find in the Old Testament, there's a guy, his name is Uzair. You see here in the translation, the Muslim, they say the Ezra. There's not such a thing in Arabic. This is not Ezra. Who is Ezra? So they could not find the name in the Old Testament. They said, okay, let us say Ezra. Yes, Ali.
You admit you was lying.
Yeah, I admit that you were lying.
I watched the video and you cut out the bits where you
No, we did not cut. We did not cut. We play it
did
again
cut,
and
you
again.
did
We
cut.
play it again and again, and you are a liar, like Hijab.
You're a liar like
So
Paul.
let me ask you.
There's-
Okay, hold on. Did you say Paul? Did you say Paul?
He said it does not infer.
No. Did you say
Trinity.
yourself Paul? Did you say Paul?
Yeah, Paul is a liar.
Okay. What if I show you that your scholars they say that Paul is a messenger of Allah and his name is mentioned in the Quran?
That point's already been refuted.
By who? Can you
100 times.
can you refute it for us?
DCCI ministries were
Can
refuted on the point that
can you
people-
refute it to us? Can you refute it to us? Can you do what they did?
Yeah, because Paul.
Okay,
also
can you
said-
refute to us? Can you refute that to us?
Yeah, I can do that. But first, you admit you was lying.
You are the one is liar. The same
But
as
he said it does not infer a Trinity.
no, he said he was quoting that the Israeli they said that your God is one, and he was saying that the name of God mentioned that thousands of times in the Bible, and not even one of them is about God being per name or per person. This is the whole debate is about. Stop being a liar. And he was quoting again and again, and no, yes, he said the Trinitarian, but he mentioned before that your God is one God. Did he quote that verse? Yes or no?
Yeah, that's the verse.
Okay, what that verse says? Why he's quoting it? He's quoting it to prove that Israel, they worship your God only, and he said
He
said only. Stop being a liar. You are a liar. He said that you worship your God. Why he was what? Okay, what is the command? He said in the video. Hold on. He said they're instructed. They are instructed in the. He said they are instructed.
And you've been exposed.
Okay, well you are a donkey, and we are laughing at you. You can lie as much as you want. Everybody is laughing because the whole debate is him proving from the Old Testament that the Jews did not believe in the Trinity. And he was quoting verses saying you worship your God alone. And the top of that, he said they were instructed clearly by the command. And he was quoting the command. And what is the command? Is to worship God alone. Stop lying. You got busted. Let us see. Do we have any Muslim? Liar. And Paul is proven to be a messenger of God from your books. You said to me you will prove that to be wrong. I challenge you. Coward.